Early in the morning.
What's going on, the people? It's your boy Cam Topical Juice, and we are back with another disturbing and really upsetting story for you today. As you can see from the title, a 15-year-old teenager has sadly lost his life to knife violence. He has been stabbed to death once again in Woolwich. Now, I ain't got a clue what's happening in the ends right now. Woolwich is hot. How many times am I going to do videos on this topic, but not only on this topic, Woolwich specifically? Over the last 6 weeks, I'm sure I've done about 4 videos on knife fights and stabbings in Woolwich. It's getting ridiculous. It's crazy. Woolwich has got such a great culture as well, such great energy. I'm there multiple times a week. Every time I'm there, I get spotted by subscribers, people with amazing energy. It breaks my heart that Woolwich is it's a proper war zone right now. And what breaks my heart even further is the last words that this child said. So before we get into this video, I want to pray for the victim, send my blessings and prayers to the family, the friends, the loved ones. Once again, another lost life. Once again, our poor boy has turned into a statistic. Now, he was obviously much more than a statistic. He was a human being with a past, present and future, emotions, all these things, family, friends. But once again, just gets added to the list of stats. It's really, really sad. But guys, let's get straight into this video. If you can press the like button for me, it's not because the topic's something to like, it's actually just to get the video out there into the wider community. Helps me on the algorithm. We can hopefully impact more people. Positive message, get the message out there. If you like me, like my content, please do consider pressing that subscribe button. And of course, if you want to support me and my channel, please do hit the Patreon link below. On the weekend, I dropped a very, very comprehensive deep dive into Drake and his ties to Satanism and the occult. If you're interested, please hit the link. It's cheaper than your daily coffee and you'll be blown away. So let's get into this video. As you can see on your screen right now, it says teenager has been stabbed to death in Woolwich, London. The boy was found with a stab wound by police who were called to reports of a disturbance Sunday evening. A teenage boy has been stabbed to death in southeast London. The boy was found at the scene with a stab injury, and despite the efforts of officers and paramedics at the scene, he died a short time later. A witness who has lived in the area for 14 years and did not wish to be named has described how she tried to save the victim as he lay in the road outside her flat. The 43-year-old said she dashed out of her house in her nightshirt with nothing on her feet after hearing screaming from across the road saying, "Someone's been stabbed, someone's been stabbed." Speaking to the police cordon at the crime scene, she said she grabbed a sheet. "I had no shoes or socks or anything on, and I just literally ran to where just near the forensics tent is. And there was somebody laying face down on the floor. I turned him over. He had a gash in his head, and I thought, that's not bleeding enough. His leg moved and there was a massive pool of blood, so I just stemmed the flow of the blood until the paramedics got there." After returning to her flat to shower, she told police the boy pleaded, I'm 15. Don't let me die." And I said to him, "You're not going to die, mate." Now guys, this is the cold, harsh reality of this lifestyle. Do you understand? This boy was 15 years old. He's been stabbed. He's bleeding out. He pleads to anyone that will listen. A stranger, police, a civilian, a neighbor, whoever, pleading for his life. And sadly, he lost that fight. And that is the reality of this lifestyle, guys. Now, I don't know what the victim was into. It may be gang related. He could have been misidentified. He could be a civilian himself and he's just been targeted wrongly, incorrectly. I don't know. I don't know the story. This is breaking news. But this is the reality. Imagine what that boy was feeling in that moment. What he was thinking in that moment. By the sounds of it, it looks like he's been stabbed in his leg and it's cut through his artery. And you know that leg one, people always, it's funny, or it's ironic because people in rap songs, in drill songs, right, will downplay. They'll be like, no leg shots, chest and above, chest, neck, head. We don't do no leggies, right? The irony is, stabbing someone in the leg is, you're most likely gonna kill them anyway. Because if you sever that artery, they'll bleed out. So imagine what that poor boy was feeling in that moment. Getting weaker as he bleeds out. Now, I don't want to be cruel or be graphic, but this is the reality, guys. We need to actually really talk about this. That's the reality. He's bleeding out, losing blood, head all woozy, feeling lightheaded, feeling lethargic, weak, fatigued. That's what was that's just what he was that's just what he was feeling in his body, let alone his mind. Fear, confusion, scared, petrified. Whatever word you want, that's what he was feeling in that moment. And he begged a civilian, don't let him die. He died. It's such tragic news. Now, imagine the trauma that the friends and family have to go through now. Imagine the trauma that civilian who did not want to be named, the 43-year-old woman, has to go through now. Has to reassure him, has to lie to him. Imagine. She's going to have that guilt on her even though she didn't do anything wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? She did nothing wrong apart from try to save a person who was dying on the street, a boy, a child. And she had to look at him in his eyes and lie to him. Now, she didn't know that he was going to die. She didn't know that he was going to live. She didn't know. That's the point. She didn't know. So she had to tell him to his face, you're not going to die, mate. You're going to be fine. She didn't know that. Imagine the trauma now that she has to live with, seeing that. If you've ever seen a dead body or a dying body, that shit don't leave you. You understand? As I'm looking at the lens right now, I'm remembering certain things that I've seen in this life. You feel me? And it never leaves you. She's gonna be traumatized by that for her whole life. She just tried to be a hero, help someone out. She's heard screams, and the person that she tried to save has passed away. So we now have a 15-year-old boy who's no longer with us. Right, another victim of the streets of London, Southeast London, but just London in general, the UK. We've got friends who have now, we've got boys and girls who have now lost a friend. We've got a mother who's lost a son. We've got parents who've lost a son. We've potentially got siblings who've lost a brother. There ain't nothing fun about this. There's nothing exciting about this. It's funny because we glorify this type of stuff in music. We glorify it in media. We glorify it in films and whatnot. Like, this is cool. All this lifestyle's cool. It ain't cool. It ain't cool. You got girls who love a bad boy, and by a bad boy they love a gang member, drug dealer, yes, this, that and the other. What do you think this life is about? They think because you can get them a nice Chanel purse that this is the lifestyle you want. What happens when you're chilling in bed and police with armed lasers come bursting through your door? Or even worse, ops come bursting through your door, murder your boyfriend in front of you, all that stuff, put a gun to your head. Yeah? I know someone specifically that's been frog marched while she was pregnant with a strap to her head. Me and Amanda were in America. We had lasers pointed at us from the feds. This shit ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? It ain't fun. And we glorify this, but yet, it's just real sad. It's another sad story. And I'm devastated to be reporting on another murder, but this is what it is. I would always much rather report on it myself rather than listening to Sky or BBC, because at least I can come with a bit more perspective, a bit more empathy, a different angle. But it's another sad story. So once again, my prayers go out to the victim. I'm sorry that you had to be another victim of the streets. My prayers go out to the friends and family. And yeah, I'm just sending you love, light and blessings. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay vigilant. Peace, guys.